So we have a digital recording. Well, welcome back to session 13 of Synthetica. It has been a long 2 months of hiatus because I graduated, and that was a whole thing. I'm very tired, and if you can't tell by the sound of my voice, I've been sick for the last week. So, drinks to that. Alrighty, let me pull up some things over here and let's get a recap going. So, to cover some things that were discussed at previous sessions, specifically last session, you guys are still dealing with the whole death threat against Oliver Hernandez from one unknown, Mr. Unknown, who I actually have a name for, but you guys won't find the name out for a while yet. You are currently into the you are just about done with the first half of the mission. You have to finish this combat encounter, and then you guys get to face off against a mini-boss. Hopefully you don't die. I'm looking at Slane's character right now, who's, like, on the brink of death. It's going to be fun. And we are launching right back into combat here. Let me make sure that I still have the initiative queue pulled up correctly. I do! Great. So, actually, next person who's going to be up is going to be Oliver. It's your turn to do whatever you will do. So we'll get started with that here in one moment. Brief continuation of this recap. Daryl, you are trying not to die. I know, shocking. And you're trying to figure out at least who, or at least the rest of the party is for you, is giving you the death threat and deal with them. Oliver, not Daryl. I'm sorry. No, I'm drinking evening wine. I know. I've been drinking white wine and red wine for a lot of these sessions for months. Regardless. All right. All right, I'm going to set that aside. That's for later discussions. We'll deal with that when we get there. So, last session, you guys found where you needed to go. You found who you needed, at least one stage of the way to who you need to track down. And on your way there, you got stopped by some thugs in the street. Because somebody wasn't stealthy. I don't remember who. I just have written here somebody wasn't stealthy. I don't remember, so we're all good. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that. So, we will get launched. Yeah, so it was, I think Slane who rolled a 9. Regardless, that is where we find ourselves now. I'm hoping to get through the rest of this mission today, which would be 3 separate combat encounters, Technically, one of them would be separated by a span of a few days, so you would heal up some health back. But I will be controlling Slain and Slain's actions for this evening's session, and we can go from there. So, it is now Oliver's turn. You have the floor. Shoot your gun. Can you please roll for an attack and tell me who you're going to be attacking? All of the enemies who are currently alive all have health bars. You should all be able to see that. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies still up. Which one? This one? Or this one? Okay. Oh, that. Okay, I see. Go ahead. Go for it. And you rolled a 16. Did you want to move back first? At a 16, you're gonna miss. Actually, as per the range difficulty value, yeah. So as you go to aim for him, he's gonna put his hand out, and on your barrel, which is pretty hot, and he's gonna push it away. So at least he's not shot by the bullets. However, I am gonna say that he takes 1 point of damage for the fact that he just burned his hand. Effectively, yes. Oliver, you can still move if you want. If you want to move back or try and build some space in between you and your current combatant. You're going to brawl with him in your next move. Got it. So we are going to be switching over to brawling for that. Do you have a specific melee weapon that you would want to use in that brawling? If not, your gun. You're going to use your gun to bash him? All right. We will deal with that in one moment. Daryl, you're up. What would you like to do? You got 2 enemies right there next to you. You can check your weapons. You can also move back. I don't believe either of them are currently melee combating you, so you are free to move. If that is actually, retconning something from 2 months ago, then so be it. I don't care. I am God here. If Todd Howard can retcon an entire city's location, then so too can I. Shady Sands. Straight in front of you, just due east. Right click, and then... Alrighty. Chuckle Schmuck number 1. Let's take a look at what his name is. That would be Monsieur Scav number 2. Go ahead and roll for your attack. Whoo! You inflicted a critical injury. You are also using an assault rifle. However, range, my boy, range. So he too is going to shove the gun away from him. Although, let me check something here. If I remember correctly, these scavs are pretty fucking stupid. Let me make sure that he's... Oh, yeah, no, he's a goddamn dumbass. This guy's particularly stupid. So he's actually going to push his gun away, except you're now going to be aiming at the foot of the guy to your... It's just north of you. So he just saved himself by hurting his friend. However, because you're going to be aiming at the foot, I'm not going to let the critical injury go through, but I will let half damage go through to that enemy that's just to the north. So, let me get a calculator here. Wait. Nope, not there. Yep, here. Yes. Uh-huh. So, at 0 meters, so if you look at the range, 0 to 6 meters, if we measure out, you're at 2 meters. So your difficulty value, you have to beat a 17. A tie always goes to the defender. So if you hit a 17, they would be able to evade it. Just as if they hit a 17 with an assault rifle at this exact same range, you would be able to evade it, regardless of your actual evasion stat or anything else. But because this scav has a intelligence of 2, he did a fucky. He fucked up. He fucked up greatly. So that'll be 13.5 rounded down. It's going to be 13. So, by the power of a math rock calculator, subtract out 4 for the armor. That'll be a 9, ablate by 1. You deal 9 damage successfully to a guy you weren't actually aiming at. How does that feel? No. The scav, who has an intelligence of 2, grabbed your barrel and pushed it out of the way, except he didn't push it away from him and his buddy. He just took the barrel of an actively firing assault rifle and pushed it at the foot of his friend. His friend no longer has a foot. So how does it feel to have successfully done 9 damage and taken off a foot? Give me 1 second. I need to update this guy. I need to update these character sheets so I have the accurate move values set. Hold for 1 sec. So Scav 2, yeah, a bright intelligence of 2. Real smart guy. Very smart. None smarter. Kind of like cactus juice. It's the quenchiest. Yeah, so the guy that you just shot the foot off of, Scav number 5, he can now only move 1 square per turn. You have successfully dismembered a foot. Is there anything else you would like to add besides the fact that his foot is now dangling from a few strands of tendon? You are free to move. What's your body stat? Or move stat. What's your move stat? Then you can move 5 squares. That does include diagonals, by the way. That does include diagonals. Let's see how many... It's 5 squares. Each square... So it's 10 meters of movement. Or... No, you were right here. So 1, 2, 3... That's 3 squares. You could move 2 more. Yeah, no, that's 5. You're good. It's 5 squares or double that in terms of meters. 1 square is 2 meters, just so you guys are clear. With that, play is going to move steadily along to Slain, who is actively injured right now. Let me take a quick look at her character sheet and see what I can possibly do. Yeah, you did. That was a thing. That was, in fact, a thing. Ah, great. Oh, she is seriously wounded. Fantastic. Okay. We are going to... What is your body's... your move stat is 6. Yeah, I'm gonna have Slain kind of use Aaron as a body shield and just move behind her. 2, 3. Just get in the way of line of fire. And I am going to have her do a first aid check and see if she can stabilize herself, which I believe for this situation, she doesn't have a critical injury, does she? Oh, she does. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm still going to do that to at least stabilize her, sans critical injury. That would be a 7, so, no, that's not going to do jack. So she's just going to take her very heavy pistol and in her non-broken arm. So she's firing offhandedly. She's going to be firing at the scav. That is going to be, I'm going to ping him so everyone can see. Right there, scav number 3. So we're just going to roll for a quick attack. It's going to be a 19 at this range. That is going to be 8 meters. That's a 15. That's going to beat, and that's going to deal some damage. So let's do some quick math. -1, -5. Okay, so Scav 3 is now injured. A little. What was that giant... What? Private messages, I see. Okay. Alrighty. What? Alrighty, so Scav 5, the one whose foot is currently dismembered. You get a thumbs up from me for that. It's going to move 1 square to the left, and it's going to take a pot shot at you. That would be to Daryl. That is an 8-meter shot. You open character sheet. Just scroll on down. Yeah, they're going to shoot a crossbow at you. It's going to be an 18 at this range. 8 meters. 13. That's going to hit. They're aiming at your body, and I need to... The fuck was that noise out there? My window's open, so... I need to look at some rules for a minute. I need to consult the Arrow rule book. There's a specific set of rules in terms of bows. A long while. Let's take a look here under crossbow. Bow. Bo, 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 bo. Alrighty. Okay, this isn't a special type of crossbow at all. No special arrow type. Okay, cool. I don't have to do anything in particular. Nathaniel, my friend, you are going to be shot in the where you have to choose on your torso. Where would you prefer to be shot in your torso? By a crossbow. I'll let you choose in this case. Oh, gut shot. Okay. You're only going to take 4 damage. The arrow is able to punch through your Kevlar vest, but it is not able to go all the way through the Kevlar vest. So you have a pretty good scratch on your stomach. It would be best to take that arrow out now so it doesn't continually do damage to you. That would be my recommendation. No, he's been scratched. He's not actually punctured all the way through the skin. He's bleeding, but not bleeding out. A little less than minor, but you know, you do you, bro. You do you. Scav 2, next to Scav 5, seeing that Scav 5 has used his crossbow, is going to use his crossbow and also fire at you. There's Lord of the Rings up in here. Although he is going to miss so terribly that he actually breaks his crossbow in half. He no longer has a crossbow. That's what they get for using poor quality crossbows, I tell you what. So he is just going to kind of sit there, dumbfounded as to what the fuck just happened, and he's going to vacate doing anything else for the rest of his term. Alrighty. Next one up, Scav number 3. Scav 3, seeing that the person he was trying to kill, slain, has now moved behind Aaron, is now going to shoot directly at Aaron. Well, narratively speaking, of course you can try to dodge. Let's see here. What does he want to attack you with? Oh, well, he already has that equipped, so he's just going to fire his very heavy pistol and aim right for your body. He's going to be aiming right for your chest, center mass. Which, at this distance, 6 meters, yeah, he's going to hit you. And it's going to hit hard. Alrighty. No, it doesn't matter. My stories can just be ruined. I'm fine with that. You guys ruin enough stories as is. Like, I don't have to worry about that. You're going to take 8 damage. Alrighty. It's your turn. What do you want to do? At the bottom of the initiative queue. Still has a broken arm. Go ahead and... no. in 3 second, no, she's trying to just stabilize her arm. Just kind of hold it in place so she doesn't break it worse. That's a different process than... So you are going to need... I'm going to need you to give me... Go ahead and go to your technical skills, I believe is where this would be located under. I need you to give me a paramedic as well as a surgery check. Yep, let's see these. That's an 18 and a 20. You are... potentially? You are actually able to fully treat the broken limb. It will not heal on its own, so she will not be able to gain back any health immediately. However, her arm is now no longer causing worse damage, which means she will no longer be bleeding out and is, for the most part, going to be on the mend so long as things stay that way. Stop it, what? Huh? Alrighty. Well, I can now successfully get rid of her broken arm. You have now done that. Yeah, I think you could... I think that'll be your turn, actually, because that's going to take more than 3 seconds to do. Combat turn only... a combat round only lasts for 3 seconds. Scab 4, where are you, my friend? Okay, so, Oliver, you wanted to brawl the guy in front of you, like fisticuffs? We can turn this into a brawling match. That is fine by me. Alrighty, so Scab 4, it is now his turn. He is going to take his light melee weapon and try and strike you across the head. This light melee weapon is going to be in the form of a knife. If this does, in fact, land, you're in for a world of hurt. Go ahead and give me an evasion check. Yeah, you'll be able to dodge it. He's going to swing again. This is now the backslash. Go ahead and give me another evasion check. Gonna need one more evasion check from you. Yep, another one. He's gonna get you on the backswing. So he slices towards you. You are able to dodge out of the way, but on the return slash, he is able to cut right across the front of your face. It is going to do straight up 2 damage to you. And did he use that? Alright, let me consult the great dice of fate. I'm gonna rotate that away. Don't need to give you guys things. Nope. Alrighty, I am going to consult a check here. I need him to do a check. My, oh my, Mr. Scav, what have you done? Let's see here. Let's see here. I need to get him to do a... Okay. Wow. No, never mind. That didn't happen. You just are dealt 2 damage. That's all. Okay. Cool. Play will move to you then, Oliver. Yeah. Okay, that's going to be a 12. I'm going to roll for his evasion. Give me 1 sec. Ooh, he's a slippery devil. He's going to slip right out of your grasp. He has a 23. Would you like to move out of the grapple or no? Okay. You can successfully move your amount of body stat away from him if you so choose. Not body, move stat. Move stat. No. You can move. All right. Technically, you do have enough move stat to do that. You could give me an. Hold for 1 sec. Let me. Let me see here. Claire, can you give me a. I'm going to need you to give me 2 checks. One for athletics and one for endurance. Endurance doesn't matter in this case. Athletics, he will try to push you forward. He can still slip around you. He'll try to push you forward, but no, it's not going to connect. Well, he kind of slips. So if you're facing this way towards the enemies that are to your north, he slips behind you. So you don't really see him. So when he tries to push you this way, you are actually fine. You're balanced. Yeah, no, that's how I'm going to rule it there. We're moving to the next turn order. That would be Daryl. You're up. You have 3 enemies right near you. Okay. What would you like to... I'm assuming you're using your assault rifle. You are at 4 meters. I will give you this one opportunity. Do you want to switch who you're attacking? Actually, all of them. Okay? There's only 2 ways that I think you can actually land a shot with that roll. Actually, no. There is actually no way for you to land a shot with that roll, unfortunately, with a 14. You're gonna shoot and miss. It hits nobody. Is there anything you would like to do in terms of moving? No, you're just gonna stay right there? You can move. You can attack and then move. That's fine. You can also move, then attack. You can also move part of your move stat, attack, and then move the rest of your move stat. That's all legal. Those are all legal moves that you can do. It's all good. I'm going to check something outside my window, so I'll let you think about that for a minute. Figure out where you would like to move. If you want to move at all. Alrighty. You figure out where you would like to move? Great. Since you can't get behind Slain, the best you could do would be right here beneath Slain. Alright. Great, you guys are all now bunched up. Slain's turn. Does Slain have anything up their sleeve that they can use? I have not actually looked at their full inventory. You know, I probably should have looked at the full gear list here that they had. Let's see here. How the hell did she have one of those? Okay. I forget when I gave that to her. But technically, it's listed here. Huh. Ooh, shit. Okay. What's her athletic stat? Ooh, that's a -4. That's a -10. Wait a minute. How the... That is the worst case scenario. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. How the hell am I supposed to rule for a -4? The fuck am I supposed to do in this case? Okay, I must consult the rule casing here, because this is not technically using a weapon in its traditional thought of way. Who knew that throwing a grenade would be so bad? Let's see here. Huh. Huh. Okay. I guess that just doesn't fucking matter. I guess. Let me check this. Because... Huh. Why do I give myself just the most painful of situations? Why do I get myself into these situations? Like, come on. No, that's mortally wounded cases. Need... You know what? I don't need that. Don't need that bookmark anymore. If I need it, I will get a new one. Where is this rule set? There's a specific ruling for this. Really don't want to have to make this one up as I go. Oh. Okay. Huh. No way it's that simple. Okay. Do any of these guys have a reflex of 8? Hold on. Oh god, no they don't. Okay, well this is... Well, this ain't gonna be pretty. Um... And that's a -4? Okay, well... I'm gonna say that it lands there. Okay. Hold on. Need to mark that. So I need to make... All right. That's gonna fuck them up. For sure. Alrighty, boys. I need you all to give me a resist drugs and torture check now. Nope, not you guys. You guys are actually fine. For once. Oh. He's not gonna be long for this world. He's really not gonna be long for this world. And... yeah. Okay. Well, Slane is just about to fucking go on a goddamn murder spree. Is about to be what happens here. Huh. A DV-15 resist drugs torture check. Anyone who fails is dealt 3d6 directly to their HP. Their armor isn't abated as it wasn't interacted with. Mark that as 0. Close. Roll 3d6 3 times. 3d6 for the 7. 3d6 for the 8. And for the person who got a negative on that roll, it's going to be 4d6. Okay. Huh. Well, would you know? That's going to be a with disadvantage. Well, one of them dies, and the other two are now below half health. Okay. So Slain, unbeknownst to me at this time, but I found in her inventory, was a singular biotoxin grenade. Yeah, it's a biotoxin grenade. One guy, you see, his entire face just melts off. Bleeding from the eyes, everything. The other two are now going to be slightly incapacitated for the next round of combat because, well, biotoxin grenade, everybody. Yeah, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. So Scav 2 is going to give up his turn. Scav 3 is going to have a turn. Scav 3 is good. Well, fuck. Okay, I didn't expect this to happen. Well, let's just go for move 2 and shoot at Oliver Hernandez. For 12 at this range. Ooh. No, yeah, he's gonna miss. Claire, give me an evasion check. No. Ah, You're fine. It's your turn, by the way. The guy whose face just got melted off is now just lying in a puddle of his own death. No. The guy who had his face melted off is, let me ping him. Oh, God. One sec. Yeah, the guy in front of you is probably going to be the most danger to your person. So the guy whose face melted off is here. $21. Okay. Were you aiming at this guy up here or this guy here? No. Is it this guy that I'm pinging right now? All right, go ahead. That'll hit. I can already tell you that much. That'll be a -1 there. I need the calculator of calculations. Which is actually about to die, oddly enough. 12. Yeah. He's not dead yet, but he's close to being dead. Scav 4 is gonna lose his turn because biotoxin. Oliver, it's his turn. Do we know when? Oh, he is back. Okay. Since just now. Okay. You grab. Okay. I'm gonna have that athletics check originally stand. Aaron, are you submissive in this and accept the fact that you're going to be grabbed by the neck and charged towards an active enemy who is currently, may I remind you, just recently poisoned by biotoxin? Okay? Would you like to step aside? You can step 1 square north of your current position. Oliver, do you continue the charge? She evades. It's not a counter to an evasion check. She already countered. No. No, that was the athletics check. You already said you went for the brawling. I didn't have to make you do the check for the brawling. Roll once for brawling here. Roll once. Claire, you don't have to do anything else. Yeah, no, she evades you directly. And this time you trip on your own feet. You're prone. You are now prone, laying on the ground, horizontal, flat. to Daryl. What do you want to do? Daryl's not near you. Medic with a gun. There's a guy who you only need to deal 8 damage to, and he's dead. 7 damage. Let me tell you, just so you all are aware, one enemy needs to be dealt 7 damage in order to die, another one needs 23, and a final one needs 17. Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds to huddle. No. You stay right there. You guys are going to talk to each other in character right there. You're already close enough for the huddle. They're close enough for the huddle. Slane is going to hear everything. Is that what you're going to do? Okay. All right. Oh my god. It's sexism. It's just my occupation. Hey, you've been doing pretty good. No, they supervised. Remember, they were the supervisors. Alrighty. What do you want to do? That guy? Yeah. Get... The assault rifle, the 21 there. That's gonna hit, and he's gonna die. How do you do it? If you want to describe it anymore. Otherwise, he just dies. He just dies. Red mist. Resident Evil sure loves red mist. Alrighty, hold on. I need to check something now. Is this the guy? Is this still the guy? This is still the guy, isn't it? Nope, that's not the guy, actually. Oh, okay. Okay. With that now out of the way, Slane's turn. 1, 2, 3. 10 meters, 6 meters. She's just going to attack with her Very heavy pistol. As per what she's been doing this entire time. And that is, in fact, going to hit. -1. It's now 9 damage. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And attack. Slain. From their position. The attack. -1. That's a critical failure. Gun is gonna jam. Have fun with that. They're disabled for a turn. Scav 3 is now going to attack at Aaron. 1, 2. Open character sheet. No. There are 2. Except one of them just had a gun jam. Let's look at that. Yeah, that's going to hit. Minus... hold on. 14... -8... 6... Only 6 damage. Alrighty. It's your turn, Aaron. Okay. Roll for the attack. Ooh, that is gonna hit and inflict a critical injury, which means he's just gonna straight up die. How do you do it? His head explodes. In a satisfying pop of gore. Okay. Play moves to Oliver. You're now back to standing. There's only one enemy left. Oliver. Take your time. You're just gonna lay back down. You have now returned to being prone. Daryl, it's your turn. What are you gonna do? Yeah? Slain. Give me a... Okay. At 12 meter... Up, yeah, then all that, he's dead. How do you do it? No. Slain is... You and Slain are a little too far to toss Slain that distance. Actually, wait, hold for 1 second. Do you bodybuild, as in your character? Because aren't you like 50? You can try throwing Slain at the enemy, but you're old. You're gonna break your back. You're gonna become like Batman after Bane. Because he's already prone. He's already in the prime tossing position. Brawling. And give me an and wait. Before you do brawling, give me one athletics check. Okay. Go ahead and give me a brawling check now. Okay, hold for 1 sec. Okay. You attempt to throw her. You get up about halfway, and you do successfully start the toss. However, you did not, in fact, actually prepare for the fact that Slain also goes to the gym and is very fucking agile. And she basically she basically kind of stops herself in midair. So it fails. Biotoxin poisoning. He's still bleeding out. Slain then proceeds to shoot and take your kill. Kind of a one-tap deal. Let it be known that Slain is now going to not like you. Like, more so than usual. Sees them more as pawns, but that's regardless. So, give me 1 second. I need to close my window. It's raining now. Hold. Window is now secured. We're good. Okay, so that was the inadvertent combat session that you guys just survived. Inadvertent, yeah. Wait a minute. You already killed this person. Oh, wait, no, this was the mini boss fight. You guys already did it. Okay, congratulations. Not inadvertent. Planned. Planned. Everything's according to plan. Okay. For sure it is. If I say it is, it therefore becomes that way. So you guys, do you want to loot any of the corpses or look for anything important? You just want to keep walking. Alrighty. On one of the people, you find a note. Mind you, you guys are kind of outside near, you're nearby to the Cathedral of Rust. there is a piece of paper from the so-called bishop written to this person that you killed, who is written in as a so-called first nail. Basically saying that the instructions they have been given are to kill on sight one Oliver Hernandez and any associated with them. For every person they kill, they will get 5,000 eddies. Mind you, you know for a fact that the Cathedral of Rest does not have enough money to even find 5,000 eddies, let alone one. Idiots indeed. Nope, definitely not. Alrighty. What do the rest of you want to do? You just want to walk away? Okay, first of all, is anyone going to try and stop him if he starts to walk away? I don't think that would stop him. So, yeah, no, feel free to go. You can walk. You find that he has a very, very shitty pistol. It is, in fact, from Budget Arms. You cannot reload this weapon. Oh, okay. Hold for 1 sec. I need to have a quick side conversation. Hold on. I'm going to, first of all, okay, hold for 1 sec. Here. Let me get you on a separate call. Hold for one moment. Alrighty, audio is back on. Roll20 with chat. Okay. Oliver walks off screen. That's it. He just walks away. You can't stop him. He turns a corner, and that's that. You just see him kind of. He does like the whole serial killer in a 1980s movie where the bus goes right in front of him and he just disappears. Yeah, he's just gone. None of you have any idea where he is, and none of you will be able to contact him from here out. Well, I have to rework the second half of this mission, which is fine. The second half is going to be changed, and it's actually might actually be a little bit better anyway. You will still get to face off against a. Well, I guess you faced off against the mini boss. I guess you won't face off against the actual boss because I think at this point Slane would just cut your losses. At this point, she would be like, "All right, let's just go home. If he wants to kill himself, he wants to kill himself," and the death threat will stay in put, and that's that. No, all the people who saw your faces have been killed. You have no loose ends. You have no reason to, as an individual, continue this hunt. The hunt's over. That was it. That is somewhat anticlimactic, but sometimes life be like that. Sometimes life doesn't need to be an action movie the entire time. Well, I guess this needs to be changed from a warning to, yeah, you guys just finished a mission halfway through. Congratulations. Well, I guess I don't get to use death threat number 2 now anymore. I guess I could give it to you. Do you guys want the second death threat just for shits and gigs? Here, let me find it again. I have it here listed. Where did I put you? So technically, this was going to be when you only had 3 days left to be alive, which, since Oliver has now gone off and blocked all of you on his agent, he would get this. Oliver, you there? And you, yeah, go ahead. Oh, I see. Okay. Great. All, all, all the way in the street? Holy shit. Yeah. All right. Well, then I guess I'll say this. Here's your second death threat that was going to be the next development, but I guess we'll figure out what we're doing next. By next week, you will figure out what's going on because I have no fucking clue at this point. It's all good. It's Oliver. Do you feel it? The weight pressing down on you, the air growing heavy with each passing breath. It's not paranoia. It's the oppression of inevitability. We, the Hallow Men, watch, we listen, and we wait. We wait for the time that God ordains. A great cleansing is coming. A reckoning of reckonings. The chosen are prepared, and you are the unworthy, the unholy, the sinner who must be purged. Take a moment, Oliver. Look around. The streets hum with whispers. Are they speaking of you? No, they speak of your death. The lights flicker longer than they are supposed to. The shadows stretch out where they shouldn't. That is the oppression of inevitability. The universe works in our guidance, and your death will be the inevitable final nail. It's not a warning they are giving you. It is the promise of divine deliverance. Your path is set. The nails are ready. Prepare for your crucifixion, you horrid sinner. No, I actually made that one. That one took a while. Um, no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. If you get called out for using AI, and when you didn't use AI, that sounds like my last class that I just took. That was a fun class. Oh God, I hated that class. It's all good. Well, regardless, I'm gonna have to delete the secondary death threat. Goodbye. Secondary death threat is no longer needed. Um, uh, okay. There's gonna be like a 3-day in-game pause. So at this point, Oliver Hernandez, you would have been given the secondary death threat, which I just said very quickly. Would you have heeded that secondary death threat after walking off screen? Okay. I'm just gonna assume you don't, based on the reaction to the first death threat. Um, we'll see if you're alive at some point, I guess, in the future. I don't know. Scene, I guess this is like the end of the improv and scene. I um um Nathaniel, Claire, is there anything you guys want to do? Okay, Daryl, is there anything you want to do besides? Okay. Do you want me to keep it on stream, or do you want me to stop the stream first? All right, stopping the stream. Hold on.